All right, so today we are going to cover watercolor techniques that we're going to be able to use in that color blocked picture that we started on last week. You guys are going to learn about 12 different watercolor techniques today, and I'm going to try my best to demonstrate up here. I want you to keep in mind that working on a watercolor surface that is vertical is not ideal, so it's going to drip a little bit, but that'll be okay. So you are welcome to use any color you want with any of these techniques. We'll start at the top, and just like we read, we're going to go across the top row, and then eventually we'll go down and keep going down. I'll do about 2 or 3 at a time. So the first one is a watercolor wash, and that's what an artist would use if they were doing like a sunset or something like that. So you'll notice down below it says wet paper first. So I'm going to get my paintbrush just a little bit wet, and I'm going to put it on that paper. And you'll know it's wet because it'll get a little bit shiny. Now the next thing it says is that I need to apply the pigment, that's the color, in strips. Since it's used for this guy, I'm just going to go ahead and use blue. So I just dipped my wet brush in the blue. I'm going to push it against the inside of my cup to get some of that pigment out. And I'm just going to go across in a strip. I'm going to go across and I'm going to overlap just a little bit. Overlap just a little bit, like that. And that looks like this guy. All right, I'm going to clean my brush really good. So I'm going to bounce on the bottom of the cup, press it against the inside of the cup to get the extra water out. The next one is wet on wet, and it says, again, wet my paper first. So the directions are always down below the box that you're working on. And then it says apply wet color. So with this one, I'm just going to draw myself a little picture. So I'll just do a star real quick. It's going to look a little bit different when it's not upright like this, but that's okay. Now the third technique, I don't wet my paper first for. So it's a dry brush technique, which means you're going to load your paintbrush up with pigment, push it against the inside of your cup so that you get rid of some of that pigment. And I'm just going to do that same picture over again. And hopefully you'll notice a difference between the two. All right, you guys can go back to your seat and get to work.